Contrary to popular belief, Africa had written literature before the colonial era, although it was significantly overshadowed by oral traditions. While oral storytelling was dominant, pre-colonial Africa had established writing systems and produced written works in various languages like Arabic, Amharic, and Ge'ez. Pre-colonial Africa was rich in oral traditions, including epic poems, myths, legends, and proverbs passed down through generations. Ancient Egypt developed a writing system known as hieroglyphs thousands of years ago, which is considered one of the earliest forms of writing. Hieroglyphics is a writing system famously associated with ancient Egypt that uses symbols or hieroglyphs to represent words, sounds, or ideas. Hieroglyphs are pictorial or symbolic representations combining ideas, words, sounds, and alphabetic elements. In ancient Egypt, hieroglyphics were used for formal writing, particularly on monuments and religious texts like those found on papyrus and wood. Writing with hieroglyphs required significant skill, with scribes undergoing extensive training to learn the complex system and its various symbols. Hieroglyphs could be written in rows or columns, and the reading direction was indicated by the direction that the symbols faced. For example, a bird facing left indicated reading from left to right. While Egyptians are most known for their hieroglyphic system, other cultures like the Mayans also use similar pictorial writing systems. Similarly, the Ge'ez script used in Ethiopia and Eritrea dates back to the early 1st millennium, and it's used in religious and literary works. Ge'ez is a script used as an alpha syllabary for several Afro-Asiatic and Nilo-Saharan languages of Ethiopia and Eritrea. The Ge'ez script originated as an abjad or consonantal alphabet and was first used to write the Ge'ez language, which is now the liturgical language of the Ethiopian and Eritrean Orthodox Tewahedo churches, as well as the Haymanot Judaism of the Beta Israel Jewish community in Ethiopia. In the languages of Amharic and Tigrinya, the script is often called Fidal, which means script or letter. The Ge'ez script has been adapted to write other languages, mostly Ethiopian and Eritrean Semitic, particularly Amharic and Tigrinya. The Ge'ez script has also been used to write Sebat-Bet and other Gurage languages, amongst other 20 languages in Ethiopia. In Eritrea, it has traditionally been used for Tigray and Bailen languages. The Ge'ez script has further been used to write Anuak and used in limited extent to write some other Nilo-Saharan Nilotic languages. The Ge'ez script was also used in the past to write some Omotic languages, including Walayata, Bench, Hamer, and Kafa. Arabic literature was widely used in Africa before the colonial era. The spread of Islam led to the development of a vibrant literary tradition in Arabic, especially in North and West Africa. Pre-colonial Africa had a rich tradition of Arabic literature, mainly in regions where Islam took root. Arabic served as a language of scholarship, religion, and administration, leading to the development of literary works, especially in the form of poetry and religious treatises from the 10th century onwards. Furthermore, the adaptation of Arabic script to write local African languages, known as Ajami, demonstrates the significant influence of Arabic on literary practices in pre-colonial Africa. The use of Arabic script to write various African languages like Swahili and Hausa demonstrates the deep integration of Arabic into local cultures and the development of distinct literary traditions. Arabic literature flourished in regions like Egypt, the Maghreb, and the West Africa, where Islam became a dominant force. While religious writing was prominent, Arabic also played a role in secular contexts, including trade, administration, and historical documentation, as evidenced by letters, contracts, and other administrative documents. The adaptation of Arabic script for African languages allowed for the expression of local knowledge, traditions, and narratives in written form. A case in point is that of Muslim jurists in North Africa producing numerous religious texts and legal treatises in Arabic. Also, Swahili, which is an East African language, developed a rich literary tradition using the Swahili Ajame, including religious texts, poetry, and historical accounts. In West Africa, Ajame was used to write various languages including Hausa, Fulani, and Wolof, resulting in a diverse body of literature spanning religious, historical, and practical texts. In summary, Arabic literature in pre-colonial Africa was a vibrant and multifaceted phenomenon reflecting the spread of Islam and the cultural exchange between the Arab and the African societies. Then CBD is a system of symbols of proto-writing developed by the Ekpe secret society that traversed the southeastern part of Nigeria. They are classified as pictograms, though there have been suggestions that they are logograms or syllabograms. The CBD symbol system was first encountered in 1904. Excavation of terracotta vessels, headrests, and anthropomorphic figurines from Calabar region of southeast Nigeria, dated to roughly 5th to 15th centuries, were comparable to CBD. There are also several hundred CBD symbols that were once taught in school to children. Many of these signs deal with love affairs, warfare, and sacred signs that were kept a secret. CBD was used on wall designs, calabashes, metal, swords, and tattoos. CBD was and still is a means of transmitting Ekpe symbolism. The CBD system of symbols was transported to Cuba and Haiti via the Atlantic slave trade, where it developed into the verb symbols. Adinkra is a set of symbols developed by the Akan used to represent concepts and aphorisms. Oral tradition attributes the origin of Adinkra to Gyaman in modern-day Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire. Adinkra symbols are a form of visual language conveying messages and philosophical ideas. Adinkra symbols are deeply rooted in Akan culture and are believed to have originated with the Bono people of Gyaman. The name Adinkra is said to mean saying goodbye in the Akan language. These Adinkra symbols act as visual language, communicating complex ideas and moral principles. Each symbol has a specific meaning, often tied to proverbs, folktales, or traditional wisdom. Adinkra symbols are widely used in various contexts, such as traditional clothing that are worn especially during mourning or on special occasions with different colors and patterns signifying different events. Adinkra symbols are also used to decorate items such as pottery, stools, jewelry, and other objects. Tourism has led to the use of Adinkra symbols on contemporary items like t-shirts and souvenirs. Lusona is a system of ideograms that functioned as mnemonic devices to record proverbs, fables, games, riddles, and animals, as well as to transmit knowledge. Lusona originates from what is now eastern Angola, northwestern Zambia, and adjacent areas of the Democratic Republic of Congo. These Sona drawings are visual ideographic traditions practiced by the Chokwe and Luchazi people. The Sona drawings are typically drawn in the sand or in the ground using a fingertip or a stylus. Sona drawings often feature complex geometric patterns and symmetrical designs. The Sona drawings are not just artistic, but also have mathematical and social significance, reflecting logical thinking and social interaction. The Sona drawings are used in board games, celebrations, and competitions, promoting teamwork and skill development. Sona ideographs are sometimes used as murals and most of the time executed in the sand. To make these drawings, experts would impress equidistant dots and draw a continuous line between them. The dots can represent paths, rivers, fences, walls, and contours of a body. 80% of the ideographs are symmetric, while 60% are monolinear. Sona drawings can be classified by the algorithms used for their construction. 6 algorithms have been identified, most commonly the plated mat algorithm, which seems to have been inspired by mat weaving. The Bamum script was developed largely by Sultan Ibrahim Joya of the Kingdom of Bamum in northwest Cameroon, which is in Central Africa. The Bamum scripts are notable for evolving from a pictographic system to a semi-syllabary from 1896 to 1910. The Bamum script was also used to write the Shumom language, which was also invented by Ibrahim Njoya. Initially, the Bamum script was a pictographic mnemonic aid of 500 to 600 characters. As Njoya revised the script, he introduced logograms or word symbols. The Bamum script was further refined in 1918 when Njoya had copper swords cast for printing. The script fell into disuse in 1931 with the exile of Njoya to Yaoundé, the capital of Cameroon. At present, the Bamum script is not in any significant use. However, the Bamum Script and Archives project is attempting to modernize and revive the script. Other writing systems introduced in post-colonial Africa include the Osmania Gadabursi and Kadare Somali writing systems developed in the 20th century for transcribing Somali. Additionally, an alpha-syllabic script for Oromo in Ethiopia was invented in the late 1950s by Sheikh Bakri Sapalo, but saw limited use. An alphabetic script called the Nileran has been invented by Aleo Majok for Dinka and other languages of South Sudan. In Southern Africa, the Mangwengo alphabet is used to write Malawian languages. The Beke syllabary is a fictorial syllabary used to write Southern Bantu languages. The Egap script was used by the Bagam in Cameroon. The Mandombe script was invented by Webaladio Pai in 1978 in what is now the Democratic Republic of Congo. This script is promoted by the Kimbanguist Church and it's used for writing Kikongo, Lingala, Chiluba, Swahili, and other languages. The Adlam alphabet was developed for writing the Fula language, taught mostly in Guinea, but has also spread in neighboring countries like Senegal and the Gambia. The Ba script, named after its creator Adama Ba, is used to write the Fula language. And last but not least, the Garai alphabet, which is used to write Wolof and Madinka, both is in Senegal and the Gambia. Currently, new scripts are emerging as much as ever as more are being created. The writing is literally on the ancient walls where our ancestors imprinted their mark on the walls of African history. The point of all this is to say that Africa is not the dark continent people claim it to be. After all, Africa is the cradle of mankind, meaning that Africa is the origin of human evolution, including oral tradition as well as literature.